Hi, my name is Mike Ward. I'm the Global Director of Content at Informa Pharma Intelligence's Insights portfolio. We're here in San Francisco at the Biotech Showcase. It's one of those meetings where biotech, pharma and investors all get together, discuss opportunities, try to do some deals, raise money, etc., etc. I'm joined by Jill Milne, who's the CEO and founder of Catabasis, which is a 9-year-old company in an interesting space, which is in rare diseases. But your lead program is actually in Duchenne muscular dystrophy, which is of recent times has been in the press because of the impact or the role of patient advocacy in helping shape the FDA's decision making. So I'd like to actually just kick off that in the first place. So when what happened with Sarepta happened with the sort of clearly with the patient advocacy groups. What did that mean for Catabasis?
First of all, I think having the patient advocacy groups involved is incredibly important and incredibly helpful to us. I would say some of the biggest contributions of having the patient advocacy groups so involved in the Duchenne space is that they've really helped drive the drafting of guidance from the FDA for DMD, and that's been extremely helpful for companies like Catabasis. In terms of the Sarepta approval, a great thing for the patient community, and certainly the patient advocacy groups, I think, really made it clear that they felt that there's a huge unmet need in this disease area. And certainly, I think, made it clear to the FDA of how the families and patients felt about the Sarepta drug. But, from how that's affected our program, really it hasn't affected or changed the way we think about how we're developing our lead program, which is edasalonexent, which is an oral therapy we're developing to treat boys and men affected by Duchenne. From the time we started this program, we've been on a path of really running trials that haven't changed based on that approval or not. We're a very different mechanism, very different approach in the disease.
So that's it, whereas some of the other players are doing sort of variations on the same thing. Could you sort of describe what your approach is then?
Yeah, so what edasalonexent targets is a pathway called the NF-kappa B pathway. Right. And this is a pathway that becomes chronically activated in Duchenne muscular dystrophy because of the absence of dystrophin, which is the protein that's involved in the disease. And so as such, then our program is agnostic to the underlying mutation. So what we hope edasalonexent will be is effective in 100% of the patients who have Duchenne muscular dystrophy, where the Sarepta product, their first product, EXONDYS 51, targets exon 51 mutations, and that's about 13% of the patient population. Okay,
so and the sort of the technology that you have that underpins sort of the Catabasis program, could you just describe that for us?
Yeah, sure. So our company was founded around a platform technology. It's really a chemistry platform at heart. What we do is engineer bifunctional product candidates. So all of our product candidates are composed of 2 bioactives held together with one of our proprietary linkers. And really the reason for that is we want to target disease pathways at multiple points simultaneously. So hence the bifunctional nature of what we do.
Right. Okay. So let's just talk about your lead asset. It's in phase 2?
That's correct.
Right, okay. So what is the sort of the expectation for its clinical development?
Yeah, so we're currently in a phase 2 that's going to report out early this quarter, so we're very excited to see that data. From there, with positive data, we intend to initiate a single pivotal phase 3 in the second half of this year, and also initiate another trial in the non-ambulatory boys. So our trial is in 4 to 7-year-old boys with Duchenne, so a very young population. We also intend to initiate a trial in the older population as well.
Right, okay. Now, you mentioned the fact that it's a platform technology, so is that the technology that then underpins your other approaches?
Yes.
So could you just tell us about those?
Yeah, for sure. So what we have used this technology to do is to build a pipeline of rare disease product candidates. So we have 2 other programs in preclinical development. So we have a cystic fibrosis program we announced last quarter, which is an oral agent that targets a cellular process called autophagy, and that may sound familiar because it was the subject of one of the Nobel Prizes last fall, which was pretty exciting for us. And that molecule's in late-stage preclinical development. We hope to be in the clinic with that program by the end of this year, or at the latest early next year. We have another rare disease program again that came out of our platform technology that targets rare neurodegenerative diseases such as Friedreich's ataxia and ALS.
Right. Okay. And yeah, I mentioned earlier that this is a meeting where people get to either meet potential commercial partners or investors. You're here to do what?
Yeah, all of the above. So I'd say this conference has really every year it gets a little bit bigger. So we spend our time meeting investors, current shareholders, potential investors, also other companies, potential partners, and also analysts and such. So a lot of different activities.
So at the moment, I mean, do you have enough financial runway to be able to execute the plans you got with your phase 2 and then these other assets that you're bringing into the clinic?
Yeah, so we have runway to do that, to get us through our next series of milestones in 2017. So to get through this phase 2 and initiate our phase 3 activities, and also to take the next program into the clinic.
Right. Okay. Great. Well, Jill, thanks very much for coming, and good luck with the all the trials.
Well, thank you. Yeah, very nice to meet you. Appreciate the time.